Good evening, Professor Thishan Jayasinghe.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us today. You have been a prolific researcher in the energy sector. Can you tell us a bit about your background?
Oh yes, I will start a little early days. My first education is from Carey College, kindergarten, and then Isipatana College, Colombo 5, and then Ananda College, Colombo 10. From 1974 to 1981, I did A level in 1981 August. Then I joined Morato University on 12th August 1982, and I graduated on 12th February 1987. That is the day we finished all our work, and then because we finished our exams early, we were awarded the degree from 1st February 1987. Then those days I was very good with civil engineering construction, and then I was fortunate to get a government scholarship to read for PhD at Cambridge University. So I finished my PhD on artificial intelligence in 1988 October to 1991 December. So 3 years, 3 months. But that was the starting of artificial intelligence, and we showed very clearly why the deep knowledge is necessary for artificial intelligence, and even today they are searching for deep knowledge with neural networks and machine learning. They are all looking for deep knowledge, and we are the pioneer to show that deep knowledge is the key to success in artificial intelligence. That was from 1988 October to 1991 December. Then I came back to Sri Lanka in end of March 1992, and since that I have lived. I'm 60 years old. 5.5 years I have lived abroad. 44 years, 54 years I have lived in Sri Lanka. So I know the problems that are faced by the general public of Sri Lanka, like dengue, power shortages, pollution, polluted food products with insecticides and pesticides. All those are in my mind, and I have searched a lot on how to come out of those problems. So my research on energy started somewhere around 1995, and then I had formal training in Sweden for 1.5 months on energy, environment, and buildings. And then I again had formal training on battery powered solar systems in Germany over 8 days in 2019. In addition to that, I have done a lot of research. I have developed all the comfort conditions applicable for air conditioning design as for Sri Lankan conditions, and then published a lot. I have over 1,000 citations for publications that I have done on Q1 journals. So when it comes to energy, I can be in par with any expert from the world, because some of my energy papers are the highest cited ones.
Thank you very much, Professor. Just to get your thoughts, in January 2023, we saw a huge electrical tariff, and in that same year, we saw two more.
Two more rises.
Two more rises, yes.
And that hurt a lot of people.
Yes.
And of course, once it was reduced, but all in all, it was increased 3 times, but it has now become a huge burden on most of the general public. So what is your question?
So we would like to know why the CEB continues to make these kinds of losses.
No, actually, every time CEB makes a loss, they increase our tariff. So we have to see why. Because, there should be something wrong, because when the 2023 tariff increase came, there was a lot of opposition, but the general manager, Rohan Senivaratha, those days, said that it's the last. Then we had another. Then we had a reduction. Then we had another one. Now they are talking about another rise. Why CEB continue to make losses? That's a good question. So let's see the ground situation, the true ground situation. If you look at electricity, there are two terms. One is power, the other one is energy. Power is, you say megawatts. Energy is in megawatt hours. So when you use 1 megawatt or 1 hour, it is 1 megawatt hour. So on the other hand, now houses we get electricity in kilowatts. So we say 1 kilowatt when used over 1 hour is 1 kilowatt hour. And these days we can pay anything between 30 to 100 rupees for 1 kilowatt hour, depending on how much you are using. So if we are charged on the basis of how much we use, that's a good system. But at the same time, we have to see why CEB continuously tell us we are losing, and we have to hike tariff. So for that, I will give the full description of what's going on in CEB. So if you look at the total energy usage in Sri Lanka, we are actually a very low energy consuming country, and most of our houses consume 30 units. Some others consume up to 60 units. Some others continue up to 180, 250, 350. Some consume even 1000 units. So we have to see why, what's going on, and what is the real background situation of CEB or Ceylon Electricity Board. I would like it to be called Sri Lanka Electricity Board, because we got the full freedom, full sovereignty in 1972. Now 50 years is the time that has passed since then. Still, Electricity Board, unfortunately, it is Ceylon. Whereas we hate Ceylon, the word Ceylon, because it is the word given by the white-skinned people from England, right, who took everything we had, including our archaeological heritage. So we don't like to be part of them. We like to be called Sri Lanka and Sri Lankans. Sri Lanka and Sri Lankans. So it should be Sri Lanka Electricity Board, not Ceylon Electricity Board. And this name Ceylon Electricity Board is also one of the key reasons why we are losing money. So I'm going to explain the whole scenario.